All right, y'all. 250th YCS is underway. YCS London. Let's get it cracking. Boom. All right, so this is going to be the game recap in case you guys don't want to watch a 45-minute duel. Pascal Kihm, I believe is his name. He was playing Runick Spright. He is the 2019 YCS London champion. He was playing Sky Striker, and he beat Joshua Schmidt. So that's no small feat. Like, this guy's pretty good then. Unfortunately, his opponent, it's his first ever YCS, Guillem De Montfort. I don't know how I rolled. I tried, man. I definitely butchered your name, though. He was playing Brandon Despia, and I just believe, like, he didn't complete. You'll see. His deck list wasn't complete, I don't think. He missed on one thing. So, he won the dice roll, and maybe nerves got in the way, too, but he passed it over to his opponent. He let Pascal go first. I don't know if he knew what he was playing or not, but Pascal set up a decent board. Or I don't know how I'm gonna have this video laid out. Maybe I don't know. But yeah, so he won the dice roll. Let's go. Pascal go first. Pascal sets up a decent board. He gets into his live sprints, gets his live twin engine right off the bat. Then he got into his sprites, and I believe he got his runic package going too. So he got everything out. So Pascal ends his turn one with a pretty good board, and Guillem doesn't really know what he's playing into when Pascal switches his IP into a Nightmare Griffin. He evenly matches the field, but his opponent Pascal keeps Nightmare Griffin, and he proceeds to, I believe he special summoned a Luber. Regardless, he didn't get his effects off because he didn't either know or he forgot about Nightmare Griffin's effect. And so after he special summons his Luber and he realizes he does get his effect, he sets 2, passes. Pascal, I believe, attacks over his Luber, putting his Luber in the grave, making his Branded Retribution or something live. He ends up getting Despian Quartless or whatever. He gets that fusion out. He'll be in the photo. So he has a chance at one point to super poly, because he has a super poly set. He has a chance to make a mud dragon, and he doesn't have a mud dragon in his extra deck. I don't even think he has one in his side deck. I don't know why you would side it if you didn't put it in your main deck, your main extra deck. Anyways, but for me, whenever I'm playing super poly, I like to just have mud dragon with Garura. I understand he's playing Dragon Stapelia and other fusions, but at the same time, you don't know what you're playing against. That was one of the overlooks, I believe, right in the beginning. I was like, oh, snap, like, let his opponent go first. I believe Brandon is more of a going first deck, but I guess maybe you wanted to see what his opponent was playing. But yeah, just a couple of mistakes. And he ends up being able to super poly eventually, and he makes a Dragon Stapelia. That doesn't really do much. Pascal stalls out a little bit, playing Runics, you lose your battle phase. But he ends up getting out Unchained Abomination. And that's another Link 4 that I was not expecting to see this tournament. But his one live twin effect, I guess, locks him into only fiends. So Unchained Abomination is a fiend. So there's some big brain moves on Pascal's part. He ends up getting game 1, I believe, pretty easily. This is where maybe Guillem could have scooped. I don't know if you can scoop in the tournament. I believe you can. I know rules change and all that stuff, but if I could have, I would have scooped, saved myself time. As you see, because game 2 starts, I believe there's like less than 15 minutes left in the game, and Guillem lets Pascal go first again. Pascal sets 1 card and passes, but the 1 card he sets would have helped him. I believe it would have really helped lock it down, but it doesn't even matter because Guillem draws for turn Harpy's Feather Duster. So he gets the out, the 1 of in his deck. He's only playing 1 back row removal in his whole deck. So he wipes the back row, and the back row is Grave of the Super Ancient Organism, which anything above level 6, I believe, can't use their effects. So that would have been good, but it gets blown out, and he continues to go on with his turn. There is another form of interruption, though, that Pascal has. He sided in his bystials, so he gets a bystial magnemite and throws off Guillem. So after 5 summons, Guillem ends up with 1 attack, Dragon Stapelia, another monster in defense, and he sets a card. So everybody's wondering, oh snap, is he not going to enter battle phase? He ends up entering battle phase, attacks over Magnemite, deals no battle damage, which is important because there's only a couple minutes left in the game. I believe there's like 5.5 minutes left after Guillem ends his turn, and he did no damage. So after that, he's unable to take the win. Pascal wraps it up in time. No damage was done for either side, so it ends in a tie. So with the 1 win and the 1 tie, Pascal takes round 1. So Pascal ends with a little interview, and he explains something that they've pointed out in the first round. So in game 1, they point out that evenly matched is the second most played card in this tourney, and Ash Blossom is the first most. But if you listen to Pascal's own words,
considering you said you've only been playing this for a couple of days, are there any decks that you're slightly anxious about going up against over the next few rounds of Swiss?
The mirror match, I think, could be kind of hard if other players are considering the deck as well. Yeah, and I have to admit I was a bit scared about Despair because I do not play any Ashes, and that's the choke point for the deck. But it worked at all.
Pascal didn't even play any Ash Blossom in his deck or his side deck. Still managed to beat Branded. And then also I want to point out, maybe because I want to point out too, if you watch game 2, you'll see that Guillem ends up drawing into 2 crossout designators, expecting to use them against Ash. I don't know if he had side deck Nibiru, because I believe he had it when he got nibbed. So I don't think he had a nib. I think he was just expecting Ash. And because Pascal didn't play any Ash, he ended up sitting on 2 dead cards. So I believe that could be a big brain move that helps Pascal through the tournament as well. So we'll just have to wait and see. And I'll see you guys round 2. Peace.